So I got done watching this 1930s film, Reefer Madness. An alarmist piece of shit it was, but it is unintentionally hilarious in parts. And the sad thing is, you can see this actually having the intended effect of scaring the bejesus out of the American public back in '36. It starts out with some stark scaremongering, and it rarely lets up. To quote a bit, okay, so the effects of marijuana, which is described as the real public enemy number one. Okay, quote, its first effect is sudden, violent, uncontrollable laughter. Then come dangerous hallucinations. Space expands. Time slows down. Almost stands still. Fixed ideas come next, conjuring up monstrous extravagances, followed by emotional disturbances, the total inability to direct thoughts, the loss of all power to resist physical emotions, leading finally to acts of shocking violence, ending often in incurable insanity. End quote. I can remember the first time I got high on pot. Me, my two mates, and two older lads around at the house of one of these older lads. I guess I would have been about 13 or maybe 12. This kid, whose house it was, he had a bit of the old homegrown growing upstairs in his cupboard, and to dry it out he put it through the microwave, if memory serves. And we all sat in his little downstairs toilet, passing this fat joint around in a cramped circle of 5. Yeah, I was seriously off my face. It is quite an experience the first time you get stoned. Some of you will know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I can remember a collective giggling fit, which might have lasted as long as half an hour. It does expand space and slow the passage of time, seemingly. I don't recall any shocking acts of violence or incurable insanity, though. I do recall a fun evening, no criminal behaviour, good clean fun. Well, not that clean. I haven't smoked pot in years, and I'm glad that I kicked that habit. There are better things to be spending one's time and money on, but it didn't destroy my life or turn me into a drooling, violent maniac. It can have a negative impact on some people, though. Yeah, but for some, they can casually use pot most of their lives and have no significant problems with it. People are individuals, and individuals react differently. Yeah. The Dr. Carroll character in this film, he's kind of this pompous fuck, the head cheerleader of the moral panic, if you will. The story itself is about cheesy, all-American kids getting corrupted by unsavoury type characters who drag them down into this murky world of reefer addiction. Yeah. It is funny, but the acting is just awful. Just, yeah, really woeful stuff. The Ralph Wiley character is the most wank caricature. Yeah. Anyway, all of this reefer addiction and moral depravity obviously leads to some poor girl getting shot. It looks like all-American boy is about to hang for it, but then the facts come to light just in the nick of time. We see crazy Ralph beat some dealer to death with a poker, and this woman comes forward with the information which gets apple pie eating American wanker off the hook. Yeah. Anyway, this woman, she decides to throw herself very dramatically out of the window, consumed with guilt, no doubt. Yeah. And old crazy Ralph gets sent to an insane asylum for the rest of his natural days. Counsel for the state and counsel for the defense agree that this man is incurably insane. No doubt due to his addiction to the deadly narcotic marijuana. Or something like that. Words to that effect. Not the exact words though. But yeah, this is a piece of propaganda, and it's littered with these horrible, conservative, moralising speeches. Alarmist crap, really. But rubbish like this, misinformation films, and films demonising drugs and drug users, they didn't go out with the 1960s. When I was in secondary school, in the 1990s, we were being told stuff like, cannabis increases the risk of throat cancer by 500%. An actual policeman, a bobby, came to our school and told us this. And there was this big moral panic around the same time, early mid-90s, about ecstasy. Yeah, that was the new evil. I remember our form teacher once saying to us, every time you drop an E, you got about a 50-50 chance of permanent severe brain damage. Do you want to take that risk? Do ya? Yeah. Scare the kids, feed the kids on a steady diet of bullshit, but don't tell them the truth, don't give them the actual facts.